All right, welcome to race 2 of the tournament for nuts and bolts any percent. I hope audio is good. Yeah, we have Killing Pepsi versus DFLynxs today, and on comms, Arc G3 is joining me. So it should be a really good race today.
Hey, and thanks for the introduction. Yeah, should be a really good race. We've got two really strong runners here, and we were saying anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what makes this tournament so excited. Anything could happen. Someone could be in the lead, and then a goofy little challenge happens, and it could just completely change the way things are going. We also have Killing Pepsi is on the Series X, and DFLynxs is on the Xbox One. So this will be the first race where we're gonna see an RTA difference, but keep in mind the winner will be decided by in-game time. So just because it might look like somebody is ahead doesn't mean they actually are. But yeah, that's all the words I have. I don't know if any of y'all have any words you want to say before we do the countdown.
Oh, good luck, DFLynxs. Let's do it.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, let's do it. Ark,
Good
do you want to
luck,
give the
everyone.
countdown?
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, GL Gamers, GL. I'll be moving y'all to your own little voice channels now.
GL, we can already see
Goodbye, chat.
how DFLynxs' loading screen is a little bit slower than Killing Pepsi, so you'll continue to see that throughout the run.
Bird called Kazooie and an unpleasant witch called Gruntilda. When Banjo's sister was kidnapped, the bear and bird rescued her from the depths of the witch's lair, overcoming many perils and speech.
All right, I'm so excited for this race. This is gonna be really good.
Tumbling
DFLynxs is playing
But she was nothing
in
if
Korean,
not
by the way,
persistent,
but it doesn't
and
actually save any
surprising
time. So
nobody, the old hag
just
soon
call it
rose
the
from
the
her
Giga
grave
Flex.
for round 2.
Yeah.
Our brave heroes once again
Fake
stood
lead
in her way,
SMH.
and this second showdown ended just as badly for Gruntilda.
Dede, it looks like you have a little bit of the game audio coming through your microphone again.
Many
Oh,
years
that's
of
actually
practice
super
and
possible. Let me
experience
adjust my
inspired
setup
one
really quick. I'm on a
Okay.
folding table right now.
the bird and the witch.
All good. Seems like that's a little bit better.
Awesome. All right, that should be fixed. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear you talk about this game. And anything you think about, interrupt me because your commentary will be exponentially more fascinating than mine. I'm just here for the vibes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if I see anything, I'll say something. I'm excited for Bup W to commentate. I know he's commentating a run later this week, so I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I'm
Yeah,
also excited to see him run.
I'm really excited to see him run too. See his like attempt and what an average attempt for the Bup W looks like.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really glad too we got like everybody in the tournament is able to be doing a race like this week. So we're gonna like everybody's standings are gonna be updated after this week. That's really exciting. I feel like normally on
Yeah.
Banjo Race it takes a while for everybody to get their go around.
That's awesome. And I'm also really excited that we didn't have any like last minute dropouts. Because I know the signups for this tournament were a while ago. So really nice to see that everyone is still interested in participating.
Yeah, we kept the number at 8. That was really important. I think 8's like the minimum needed for a tournament. So we kept that number. That was so awesome.
Yeah. If we had 7, then probably Bup W would have been given a bye in the first round. But yeah, 8 is the perfect number.
So, okay, so you were telling me, okay, you sent me a message that 13 is possible on the intro game. So, my record's 12. Your record's 13.
Yeah.
My theory is still 15, but that number, every time I do a run, I kind of don't think you can get 15 of the shiny things.
I don't know if you can or if you can't. 13 is my record. I've only gotten it once ever. I've gotten 12 about a dozen times. So, but I've never really tried to optimize it. So we'll see what score these two runners get. It doesn't really matter for the speed, but it's just a fun little thing just because, you know, this cutscene is really long. So trying to get a high score in the minigame does something to break up the weight.
Yeah, it definitely does. Killing Pepsi's got a lot of confidence too, or confidence. I'm gonna get a 14 right now. Let's see this.
Killing Pepsi in chat says, gonna get a 14 right now. Watch this.
Do you have a VOD, like a video saved of your 13? I'm like kind of curious the route you took.
Unless it's a PB, then no, because I only save the VODs of my PB. I have no idea if it's a PB. Probably not. Probably not.
All right, let's see this. Let's see this 14 from Killing Pepsi. Oh my god, they're gaming. 13! Oh my god! Let's go! Okay, that's the PB for the tourney so far. That was clean.
All right, nice. I think I'm a couple seconds behind you on the
I can actually share my screen on Discord so you can be on the same page as me. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, sweet. Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you for saying something. I would have not thought about doing that.
You've definitely you're the one streaming, so you see it a couple seconds before I do.
Okay, I don't know if you'll have audio, but you should be able to see my screen now, and there shouldn't be any delay.
Looks good.
Yeah, 14 low-key looks possible. What I learned, Trep, is you can grind this minigame. You can reset if you have a bad attempt. Can we reset? I feel washed. You've gotten a few 14s. Oh, Killing Pepsi the Prophet. Yeah, so this is the cutscene of the run. So anyone that wants to like grab a snack or go drop a log in the bathroom, haha. You can go do that now, and you won't miss really anything until like the 8-minute mark.
Yep, you've got about 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Snack break, popcorn break, bathroom break, and the real runs are gonna start in about 2 minutes.
Drop my daily log in the log box. What is your like favorite part of the run, Ark? And what's your least favorite part of the run?
That is a really good question. Okay, least favorite part is really easy for me. My least favorite part is the Metal Mr. Patch in Banjo-Land 6.
Really? That's your least favorite?
Yeah. It's my least favorite mission, and I've never been able to get it consistently. So whenever I get to that part, I am just hoping that I can get it in 14 seconds. And sometimes I do, and sometimes it takes me 45 seconds, and sometimes I run out of fuel and I have to restart. And I mean, at that point, the run is dead, for me at least. So yeah, that's definitely my least favorite part. I've definitely had a dozen runs die to that exact mission, and I've never been able to get it super consistent no matter how many times I've practiced it. My favorite part... I mean, most of the game is really, really fun. So...
That's real. Yeah, that's actually real. It's so hard to pick a best moment.
It's so hard to pick. If I had to pick, I think just the very beginning of the run, hovering around Showdown Town and collecting stuff, I think that's my favorite part.
I 100% agree. It is such a good showcase of this game.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun once you like get it down.
It like that, I agree with that, and it makes me really want to like learn loose change percent, because then you just actually get to do that for all of like Showdown Town basically.
Yeah, Loose change is really interesting too because, all right, the real runs are gonna start here in just a second. Cutscene is almost over.
Yep, this is the movement moment.
And Killing Pepsi is off. Got a little bit of that loading screen advantage. Load time advantage. DFLynxs is also off.
Well, I didn't know you could do that. DFLynxs pushed log with the box. That's really funny. Alright. My guess is they're both gonna nail all these hovers. They're gonna get this hover here, and they're gonna nail the one on top of the orb factory.
Alright, here we go.
Come on. Okay, clean from Killing Pepsi.
Killing Pepsi got it down.
Whoa, interesting set. Okay, this should work.
This hover you do have to do quickly, and you pretty much have to get it on your first try, otherwise the cutscene is going to interrupt you.
Yeah, I had that happen quite a few times when I was learning this game.
Definitely, yeah. I think that's happened to everyone who's learned this game.
It's the canon event of learning this game for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right. DFLynxs taking the bench out of his cart to make room for the globe.
Very
You don't
understandable.
necessarily need to do that, but looks like he's gonna enter Nutty Acres Act 1 here in just a moment.
He did something I struggle with is what DFLynxs just did, where you drive up to the spot that the orb's supposed to go, and it just, you like move it into the spot without getting out of your car and putting it there manually. That's like, looks really impressive to me.
Oh, you mean putting the globe on the plinth without getting out of your cart?
Yes, yeah, that's like, I've not understood how to do that yet.
Yeah, it's possible to do with the Nutty Acres globe and the Banjo-Land globe. And the Banjo-Land globe is easier to do than the Nutty Acres globe, but you can get both of them consistently set up with a bit of practice. But yeah, it's definitely one of those tricks in this game that you're probably not gonna get first try. Killing Pepsi coming out of Nutty Acres Act 1, and DFLynxs just finishing up the mission in Act 1. I would say these runners are neck and neck so far, once you account for loading screens.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think what we're really gonna, like, me and you are gonna be keeping track of this tourney is seeing what big mistakes each of them make, and that's really gonna tell.
Oh yeah.
This is the part, though. This Showdown Town part, this is where any of them could get a huge lead on each other. Just takes a little bit of jig.
Definitely a big moment in the run is going to be the next 10 to 15 minutes. Because there's definitely a lot of potential time loss if you make mistakes, or time save if you do everything perfectly.
Okay, Killing Pepsi with a clean Game Factory hover.
Very clean.
Oh, what is this route? I've never seen this route that DFLynxs is doing. This is fascinating. Okay, I've never seen this before.
Any percent route. Yep. This is so DFLynxs is taking a older any percent route.
Oh, that's so cool to see.
Which is a little bit slower than the most recent tech. But I think this is the route that we thought was the fastest the last time DFLynxs was active in the community. So it makes sense that he's running this route.
Wow, I guess DFLynxs probably hasn't been active in a while until this tournament. That's so fascinating. Yeah. Everything's
that
like...
I think that's the case. I think he hasn't been active since... and then this tournament brought him back. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was probably just going to repeat myself and say this is, like, super interesting. It's just, like, it's cool to see, like, a hover up to that crate from a different angle. And he's turning in the crate at a different time. This is so crazy. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, now he's going to go up to the log factory.
With the Jinjo in the car still? Oh, my God. Oh, my log, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah. Now it looks like that Jingo fell out of his cart. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I don't
you
think.
noticed.
Oh no!
You know what?
But
No, this is actually part of the route. He did that intentionally.
okay.
Yep, he's gonna come back for it.
Nice hover. Okay, that was clean.
Great hover, but you can tell that the route DFLynxs is taking is actually a little bit slower. There's a little bit more overlap and backtracking than the route Killing Pepsi is taking.
Do you think there's any potential for any of the crates that we don't get to actually save time over what we do get right now?
That is a really good question. There are actually a couple crates that we used to collect in any percent that we no longer do. So I think, yeah, I think all of the crates that we collect nowadays are pretty necessary. I've gone through the list of vehicle parts, and I don't think there are any crates that we can get rid of anymore. I don't recall all of the vehicle parts that are in the crates off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure every single crate that we collect contains something really, really important.
Oh, this Jinjo is trolling a little bit. That's interesting.
Yeah, the Jinjo
Trev.
is-
So could you use Weldar's breath on the egg to skip going to the lava in the volcano?
You can. Yep, yeah, you can. That's actually the strategy that is used in the 131 Jiggy and 100% speedrun route.
Whoa.
Yeah, the reason we don't do it in any percent is because there's only 2 welder breath parts in the entire game. And the first one, or one of them, you unlock at 80 Jiggies, which is not very helpful because you only need 75 Jiggies to beat the game. And the second one is in a crate that's really, really out of the way. I think it's in combination tower number 1 crate, which means you have to buy the code from Blubber in Uptown and then go and like unlock the tower crate and then collect the crate. So it takes super, super long to collect, and it's just not worth collecting just for that one mission.
Can't you though? I'm pretty sure you can do the glitch for that crate that we used to get the 5th crate here, where you get it through the wall. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how slow it would be to set that up though.
It's in one of those combination towers, so it's not behind a laser glitch. It's like in a tower in Showdown Town.
So I did this on a stream recently though, where I did it like in the tower, and the glitch worked not behind a laser gate, because there was like
cool.
there was like a fence gate, I guess, that it was like really goofy to maneuver the car there, but it did work. But I feel like you'd have to do the setup like really fast, like probably within 20 seconds for it to be saving time.
Yeah, I still don't think it's. I maybe you could be right, but I think it's probably not going to save time. Both runners. Let's get back to the actual runs that are happening here.
Oh,
Both
yeah,
runners
they are.
struggling a little bit. DFLynxs officially taking the lead for the first time in the race so far.
Yeah.
And that's before accounting for loading screens. This is a big moment here. Does he have 5 crates? I can't actually tell.
There's 4, and then the 5th one is right there, so yeah, that's 5.
There he is. Yep, he got it. Killing Pepsi taking a really long time to set up this glitch.
I think Killing
I think
Pepsi's
that's good
playing
enough.
this
You should
really
go for
safe.
it. Yep, there you go. And he did get 5 crates. So both runners are done collecting crates for the most part. Yeah, they're done collecting crates. And yeah, DFLynxs with a small lead, probably about a 45-second lead after you take into account.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Wow, that was like, I kind of thought DFLynxs wouldn't be in the lead because of that older route, but it looks like the older route wasn't that much slower, especially with with how fast, I don't know, like there weren't a lot of mistakes from DFLynxs.
Yeah, DFLynxs definitely had a really good collection segment. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. I noticed some of the crates fell out of his cart as he was going down to that last crate, but I think that was one of the only mistakes he had.
Yeah, and that's a little hard to control, no matter what level you're at, I feel like. Sometimes the boxes will just troll you there.
Yeah. For sure.
I will say Logbox is a level that's grown on me a lot. When I was learning the game, it was probably my least favorite level, but now I love Logbox. I think the missions in that level are so much fun.
Yeah, Logbox is a lot of fun. I think my least favorite world for missions it's gotta be Banjo Land.
Really? I guess that's where Silver Patch is.
Yeah, and that's not the only Banjo Land mission that gives me trouble. There's a couple other Banjo Land missions that also give me trouble. But Banjo Land, it has great like game design and world building and great nostalgia factor too. So really, really great world in terms of how it was built. I think I'm just not a big fan of the missions.
That's so fair. That was really interesting.
You,
DFLynxs grabbed the green Jinjo there. So is that also part of the
Jinjo.
That's part of the old any
That's
percent
right.
route?
Yep, that's also part of the old route because it's just part of the old note route. Because you have to get to 375 notes before you buy Jolly Jiggies. So since DFLynxs' collection route was a little bit different, getting that green Jinjo for the additional notes is also a requirement that he had to do.
That's cool. It didn't even really look like getting that Jinjo loses a lot of time.
It does. It actually loses more time than you might think because you have to unlock the Jinjo. And just, I mean, I would guess it takes about 20 additional seconds just to get that Jinjo and deliver it.
Yeah, I feel like the
Yeah.
current route, like, notes are so seamless that, yeah, that does sound pretty slow.
Yeah. So I would say Killing Pepsi, I think after you take into account loading screens at this point, I think they're still neck and neck. Killing Pepsi has about a 25-second lead RTA right now. Looks like DFLynxs accidentally selected the wrong vehicle.
Oh, I missed that. I was watching Pepsi's gameplay. Oh, that'll happen. Especially, like, when I first switched to Chinese, I would accidentally click that, like, menu and not have the right vehicle, and I'd be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's going to be a really, really unfortunate, probably 15 seconds of time loss that he had just then. The in-game time is paused if you are on the pause screen, but it continues to go if you are on the vehicle selection screen right before a mission. So all of that time he spent selecting the wrong vehicle is going to count towards his in-game time.
Yeah, I find it, I don't really know many platformers where menuing is an important part of the speedrun, because that's normally a thing reserved for, like, RPG speedruns. So it's really cool that this game, like, menuing really, really does make the difference between time save and time loss.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can menu just a little bit faster, you can easily save 20 or 30 or even a full minute off of your run, depending on how fast or slow you were going before. I would say Killing Pepsi definitely has the lead now by a little bit.
I think so, yeah. But there's a lot of run left for things to happen.
Definitely a lot of run left, and Killing Pepsi's lead is not that big. I mean, it's anything can happen at this point.
Ooh, the rogue snipe. Nice.
DFLynxs probably shooting those balls a little bit farther away than I would recommend. I usually find it's best to just get as close as you can and then just shoot it really, really close at point blank range.
Yeah, that looks
Killing
like a
Pepsi.
solid like risk reward. Like I'm gonna go for it, and if I get it, I'm gonna save a lot of time. But if I miss it, then I just gotta spend a few seconds readjusting.
Definitely. Killing Pepsi's about to find Jolly Jiggies. Let's see what spawn he gets.
Come on, good RNG.
The
Yeah,
dog
best
spawn is
RNG.
gonna be the best. Best RNG. Killing Pepsi gets best RNG. DFLynxs.
Is the time of day random? Because sometimes like this area, I'll be doing it at nighttime. Sometimes I'll do it during the evening. Sometimes I do it during daytime. I don't know what the like I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like random or like how the in-game time system works.
I actually don't know if it's random. I think it's semi-random. I actually don't know. That's one of the things that I don't know about this game. Killing Pepsi now going to activate Jolly Jiggies.
All right, come on. That looks pretty
Make sure
clean.
that they're all in his cart. It's a good conservative strategy.
Nice. This part's really easy for the Jiggies to clip through your car or fall out of your car. And sometimes like just transporting Jiggies can be the source of time loss in a run too. Oh, and it looks like DFLynxs got the worst Jolly RNG, so the complete opposite of what Killing Pepsi is working with.
Absolutely, what you were saying about Jiggies falling out. I mean, Jiggies falling out of your cart or not lining your cart up correctly, you can lose minutes of time. There's a really big moment later that we'll see where you're delivering 7 Banjo-Land Jiggies. If those fall out in the water, you can easily lose a minute or more of time, and it's not that hard for them to fall out in the water.
It's equally sad and funny to watch that happen.
Yeah. And like you were saying, DFLynxs got the worst Jolly luck, and Killing Pepsi got the best Jolly Shopkeeper spawn location. So it's going to be about a 25-second difference just based on RNG. So definitely unlucky for DFLynxs there.
But it looks like that was good. That Jiggo event specifically is really easy to mess up. I think there should be 5 Jiggies in the car.
Yep, we saw both runners take a little bit of an extra moment just to make sure that all 5 Jiggies were in the cart, because that Jiggo event, it is really, really easy for the Jiggies to miss your cart or for them to just glitch through your cart. And if you warp without one of those Jiggies in your cart, then you have to go all the way back and you're going to lose a lot of time.
Trep wants to know, does the Freeze Easy have a limit to how far it can shoot? It doesn't look like it from my point of view, but I don't know.
Yeah, good question. And I actually don't have a Twitch chat, so if anyone has any questions that you think are interesting or says anything in Twitch chat.
Oh, okay, I'll make
definitely
sure to, relay that your way if that happens.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think it has a limit. It might be the same as the laser, though, but I don't know for sure. Because the laser looks like it goes forever, but it actually doesn't.
Yeah, that's really easy to see on the log mission, where you're shooting the big targets, because it's like, it looks like you should be able to snipe them from across the map, but it actually doesn't work that way. I don't know. I'd be curious to test the Freeze Easy too.
Yeah, I don't actually know if it has a limit. Ooh, Killing Pepsi
Oh, come
just
on.
missed
DFLynxs.
a checkpoint there.
DFLynxs, come on, get the trophy!
DFLynxs.
Oh my god, that
was
was so
really
close to
close.
failing the trophy.
Yeah, both interesting things happening on both runners' screen at that time. I think we were looking at opposite.
Yeah, you
runs.
were saying Killing Pepsi. What was happening on their point of view?
They missed I think 2 checkpoints in a row.
Oh.
And they actually just missed a 3rd checkpoint. in this race. So they're going to finish in about 55 seconds.
And ran out of fuel, actually, too. That's a
and ran out of
bad place to
fuel.
run out of fuel, like right at the end. But that goes to
Yeah,
show the
well-
way like the vehicles are built in this game is it's a little bit hard to mess up the race missions, or you might run out of fuel and then just have to sit there for a few seconds.
Yeah, if you don't make any mistakes, then you're not going to run out of fuel, except maybe on one mission, which I'll talk about later when we get to. But yeah, if you make a mistake, then you can very easily run out of fuel, and that will compound your mistake, and you're going to lose a lot more time. So yeah, definitely a little bit of a slow race there by Killing Pepsi, but not the end of the world.
Definitely good. It's kind of helping that diff with the Jolly RNG for DFLynxs.
Yeah, definitely. And DFLynxs, I think I saw a little bit of his Mr. Fit mission, and it looked to me like he took Mr. Fit just over the trigger location for the end of the mission. So knowing where that trigger location exactly is really helpful knowledge in preventing that from happening. And there's not really a good way to learn where it is. You kind of just have to practice the mission a bunch and see where exactly the mission ends.
Wow, DFLynxs is flying through this mission. This is so fast.
Yep, DFLynxs is doing a really, really great job with this race. This is...
Oh, commentator curse.
It was still... I'm going to say it's still a really good race. 43 seconds is actually still a very good time, even with that small crash at the end there.
Yeah, maintaining that top speed like that, or at least that really high speed is not easy. It might look like the vehicle controls and you have like super easy control of the vehicle, but when you're actually playing the game, it's nothing like that. The handling is really insane. It's like it's one of those things that's easy to play, but it's really hard to master.
Yeah, controlling the vehicles at top speed, it looks easy, and these top runners make it look easy, but it's actually really, really difficult. Killing Pepsi now exiting the first Logbox Act. DFLynxs about to enter the first Logbox Act, but keep in mind, DFLynxs does have those slower loading screens. So over the course of the entire run, the loading screens are going to be about 5 minutes slower for DFLynxs than they are for Killing Pepsi. So it's a lot of time. It's actually kind of hard to tell who's ahead at this point, but they're still close. I mean, this is a close race.
Yeah, I wouldn't say one runner so far has made way too many mistakes more than the other runner has.
I completely agree. I would say both runners have made a couple small mistakes, but for the most part, both runners are doing a really, really solid run right now. Neither runner has made any really, really big mistake.
This level's so cool. It's got all the, like, it's not binary, but it's just like all the digital numbers going up and down. It looks so cool. And the coolant system, like, running through the whole level. Oh, that's an interesting route to Picklet. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I think that's the route I take, at least. I thought that was the fastest way to get from Klungo to the policeman.
I do whatever booked is in his record. That's like most of my knowledge of like the route is. It comes from that run. So
Yeah,
I always am
interesting.
so happy. So far through this tournament, like seeing other strats that I'm not accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, definitely. Bup W, the current world record holder. I mean, he's really creative, and really, really great at this game. So, I think there's probably some tech that he does that I don't know about. All right, Killing Pepsi now entering Logbox Act 4, one of the longest acts in the game. DFLynxs just entering Logbox Act 3. Well, looks like DFLynxs skipped Logbox Act 2. Okay, this is actually also part of the old any percent route, so
Whoa.
I wonder if he skipped it intentionally or accidentally. Either one is possible.
Yeah, sometimes you
saw-
accidentally do reverse into the wrong one. But what was like the old route? Do you skip Logbox 2 in the old route?
Yeah, great question. So in the old any percent route, we did not do the bottles mission in Logbox Act 2. You'd skip it entirely. Instead, you would do the pizza mission in Gigosium Act 2.
Whoa.
Or you could also do the bottles mission in Banjo Land Act 1. So we'll see which one of those missions DFLynxs goes for, or if he goes for Logbox Act 2 right now.
I mean, that's fascinating. That saves you from having to enter a level, because sometimes you enter an act just to do one mission, and I can see how that could be slower. And when you're already in a level, just doing a mission that's in that level.
Yep, but both of those alternative missions that I mentioned take about 50 to 55 seconds. Plus, they're kind of out of the way. Like, they're not really nearby to any missions that already exist in the run. So you have to travel to them too, which adds another, 10 to 15 seconds. So we did determine that doing that 30 to 35 second bottles mission is actually faster than doing either of those two missions. That's what we currently believe, at least. So we'll see. You can also notice DFLynxs using a different vehicle from Killing Pepsi on this mission, Make the Wait.
I like this design. This is a cool looking vehicle.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool vehicle. There is one very famous vehicle for this mission that had a little bit of a phallic appearance. You can, if you want to see that video, there's a guide on speedrun.com, or you could watch one of Mad Taz's old any percent runs.
Yeah, I might have to see that. I thought about getting a little creative, so to speak, with some of my vehicle designs for this game, and then I was like, I don't know if the tourney needs that publicity or not.
Yep. They're actually, when the speedrunning community was smaller for this game, it was actually a joke official rule. Like, it was in the official rules, but as a joke, to use the penis vehicle for the Logbox Make the Wait mission.
Wait, I vote for a recall on that vote. I think I'm a big fan of that.
I think if you look way far back in the Banjo speedrunning Discord, you can find some message or some messages debating the removal of that rule.
Oh my god, I have to find those. That sounds amazing to read through.
Yeah, and obviously eventually it was removed as an official rule because, like, it just doesn't make sense to have as an official rule.
No,
Ooh,
that would make
DFLynxs.
sense in like a meme category, but for like an any percent, I can see why that wouldn't actually stay.
Yeah, definitely. And DFLynxs really struggling on this mission. He missed a couple checkpoints. I mean, I would say I'm not super familiar with DFLynxs' average times for all of these missions, but I know what his PB is, which is 1 hour 40 minutes, and I would say someone who has a PB of 1 hour 40 minutes should probably be finishing that mission in about 50 to 55 seconds. It took him 1 minute 11 seconds. So definitely a little bit of a struggle on that mission for him.
Yeah, missing any of the rings in the flying races is just, it's a big time loss to readjust your vehicle midair.
Definitely.
I'm curious, it looked like Killing Pepsi did an extra spray there. I wonder if they'll have enough water.
Oh, did he? Yeah, that's definitely something you have to be careful about on this mission. You can run out of water if you're not careful.
I was seeing things. Okay, that's good for Killing Pepsi.
Looks like he made it, yep. And that is the last mission in Logbox Act 4 for Killing Pepsi. But he is going to move on, deliver these jiggies, and go into Banjo Land. Keep in mind, too, Killing Pepsi has done one additional Logbox mission compared to DFLynxs.
Yeah, so Killing Pepsi, I would say, has a little bit of the lead right now. It's hard to tell how much of the lead, but you never know. Killing Pepsi could drop the jiggies here, the police could troll them, and that could be some big time loss. But this looks like it's pretty clean so far. Ooh.
Yep. Oh, that was close. Yep. If the police knock your jiggies out of the car, that can cause a bit of time loss. The police actually get more aggressive the more jiggies you have. So generally, you're not at that big of a risk for the police to knock your jiggies out of your car when you're delivering those 9 logbox jiggies. I mean, generally the police are very, very tame with the strength at which they bump your cart when you're delivering those 9 logbox jiggies.
I've thought...
I would agree with you.
Oh, wait, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I would agree with you. I think Killing Pepsi definitely has a little bit of a lead right now. And yeah, it's hard to tell exactly how much, but if I had to guess, maybe a 1 minute lead.
Yeah, either way, it's still like really, really close. Because, I mean, it just takes one bad Mr. Patch mission. There's also some RNG in the run, too, where you can get trolled on this mission with this tow bar glitch that we'll see later in Nutty Acres. And sometimes you'll have to redo that mission, so you really just, you never really know with this game. Grunty can troll you. You could be ahead and then fail Grunty, and then the other runner could come back. So...
Exactly. Honestly, I would be surprised if that doesn't happen a single time this tournament. I'm expecting it to happen at least one time this tournament where one runner is ahead of the other going into Grunty, and then they fail Grunty and lose the race. Because that is, I mean, it's honestly one of the most difficult missions in the entire run.
What is your, so, I was thinking during that Mumbo mission where you're squirting the things, sometimes I think there's the log choice missions. Can you ever, like, do you think there's potential for time save to edit any of the log choice vehicles in the run that we don't already edit to save time? Like on that one, you could maybe move the propellers so it handles a little bit better and moves faster. Do you think there's potential for that, or have y'all kind of like played around with that in the community?
You know, that's actually a really interesting thought. I don't know how much research has been done into that. But there's not too many log choice missions in the entire run, and some of them we already do edit, as you know.
Yeah, there's like the Logbox 6 Piglet mission I know you edit. And some of them, like this George mission, I really don't see you being able to make an edit to make this faster. I think editing there would just be slower. But I think there's like a couple maybe. Specifically that Mumbo one. Every time I do a run, I wonder if you could do that or not.
Oh yeah, that Mumbo mission in Logbox Act 4, you mean?
Yes, yeah, the one that we just watched like a minute or two ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually interesting. I don't know if anyone has ever looked into that. Okay, looks like Killing Pepsi is on the second of 2 missions in third, sorry. What am I talking about? The third of 3 missions in Banjo-Land Act 1. DFLynxs just starting the first mission in Banjo-Land Act 1.
So they're in the same act, but yeah, keep in mind there is 1 Jiggy difference between Killing Pepsi and DFLynxs. So I'm really curious to see what the extra Jiggy that DFLynxs gets with the old any % route. If it's the pizza mission in Gigaseum. That mission, I remember like doing that in my casual playthrough, and it took me a while. Because the vehicle just doesn't move that fast for the pizza mission.
You're absolutely right. The pizza vehicle is so slow, and also sometimes you can get right next to the NPCs, and the pizzas will just not deliver for some reason, which is also just strange and annoying.
Alright, Killing Pepsi going into Banjo-Land 2. Probably the quickest mission, or the quickest act in the whole game.
Yeah, except for Banjo-Land Act 4.
Banjo-Land Act 4. Wait, what? I'm thinking, which one is that one?
We're gonna see in about 5 minutes.
Oh, the grunty fight, right? Yeah, that one has the cake over this one.
Yeah, but this one's probably the second fastest.
That's probably why this level flies by so fast. It's got some of the fastest missions.
Yeah.
So this one's
Like
really
Killing
cool. You're
Pepsi.
supposed to like fly the trash into the trash can, but you just actually use the physics of the game, and you tilt the trash can on its side. You can see grabbed by the ghoulies in there, because Rare was a little too self-aware of their Microsoft phase. Oh, George! Oh no!
I was about to say DFLynxs with a super clean. I mean, even 31 seconds is still really good for that mission. And he could have gotten 29 seconds if he didn't crash at the end there, which would have just been superb. I mean, I think my average time for that mission is like 31 seconds. So yeah, 31 seconds, still really great time, even with that small crash at the end.
Recovering that crash was impressive too.
Yeah, I completely agree. It could have gone a lot worse for him if George, fell off or, died. It was a great recovery. Both players doing Klungo missions right now, but 2 different Klungo missions.
2 of my favorite missions in the game too. I love both of these race missions so much.
Yeah.
I love that little part where DFLynxs just like springs off the sand. It's just like something about it's so satisfying. It tickles my brain.
Yeah, I like the races because they're fun, but I don't like the races because every time I do them, I feel like I lose time.
Yeah, if you were able to do every race perfectly in a run, that would feel amazing, but this game does not work that way.
Yeah.
They're fun though. These are my favorite missions when I'm doing like practice before a run. Just grinding one of the races over and over and over again feels really, really, really good to do.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you can like tie your best time in a real run, that also feels really, really great. Okay, Killing Pepsi on the cameras mission here.
Gotta activate 3 of these. And you can get a little bit trolled on the last one too. So there's this enemy with wind.
You can get trolled on any 3 of these cameras actually.
Really? Can the enemies I guess there's enemies at all of them.
Yeah, there are, and even if you just bump the camera with your vehicle in the wrong way, it can force you to restart. Even on that first camera, the best way to get trolled on that first camera is there's a purple crab that spawns next to the camera. If you're not careful, if you land your vehicle on top of the purple crab at the wrong angle, it can sometimes cause the crab to go flying into the camera, and then you're not able to activate it anymore. You have to restart.
The purple crab. They were an op the whole time.
Yep, got to be careful about that purple crab.
So this grunty mission, is it RNG or does it have a 100% success rate? Because the vehicle I use in my runs, I get the grunty mission first try only like 50% of the time.
Yeah, it is 100% every single time.
Huh.
So I would double check your vehicle there.
Yeah, I think I probably need to go back to the lab on that one.
Yeah. And yeah, also just make sure you hold X, like pre-hold X, right? You can do that with the gadgets. You can hold a button down before the mission starts, and then it will activate on the very first frame of the mission. So you want to make sure you're also doing that with this mission. And it looks like DFLynxs forgot to select his V.
Canonical Banjo with the trolley's got to beat Grunty.
Yeah. Yep. And keep in mind, DFLynxs, I know we just saw killingpepsi do this mission, so it might look like they are to each other. But DFLynxs still needs to do all of Banjo-Land 3, and he skipped a mission earlier that he still has to make up some point later in the run. So if you're just joining now, they're actually not as close as they may seem. But you cannot forget either that DFLynxs is running on a original Xbox One, whereas killingpepsi is running on an Xbox Series X, and the official time for the races are in-game time. So killingpepsi is going to look like he has a lead because his loading screens are faster, but that might not actually be the case.
You never know, though. We got the Mr. Patch fight here, and anything can happen on Mr. Patch.
Absolutely. This is definitely a mission you can mess up, especially if you have not practiced it. But even if you have practiced it, you can still definitely mess it up if you get unlucky or you run out of fuel or you just forget where things are. But it looks like killingpepsi got it down. 45 seconds is not a time to be ashamed about at all for Mr. Patch. That's a pretty good time.
So this mission that DFLynxs is doing, is this the old any percent route, what he's substituting Logbox 2 Jiggy with?
That is correct.
Okay, because that was like an example of editing a log vehicle. That was really cool to see.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, the tow bars in this mission just make the vehicle very difficult to handle. So you just remove the taxi seat from the trailers and just attach it to the main part of the vehicle. Looks like a little bit of a crash there, but that definitely could have been a lot worse. Looks like DFLynxs is going to finish this mission in about 50 seconds. 50 seconds is a good time for this mission. Even if he finishes in 55 seconds, that's still not a bad time at all.
That was cool.
Now,
that was cool to see a new mission.
Yeah. New mission, and he has officially made up that Jiggy from the mission he skipped earlier.
Killingpepsi. I actually took inspiration, and I am doing this Jiggy in the order that Killingpepsi is doing it now. You start over here with the green guys, and then you go over to the pink guys, and then the blue guys. Before, in Blip's record, he does the blue guys, then the pink guys, then the green guys.
I honestly think the route that you take for this mission that killingpepsi is doing is just personal preference, because there are different times in the top 10 for the in-game leaderboard that take those different routes, right? Like you can finish the mission in 29 seconds taking either route, and there's video proof of both. So it's really just personal preference. Also, I like to go for those green guys first, and then the pink guys, and then the blue guys, because I think it's lower variance. I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure it's lower variance, because I think if you do the green guys last, then by the time you get to them, it's possible they have like walked far away from the plug, and that can lose you a bit of time. If you go to them first, they're gonna appear closer.
I've noticed that since switching to that strat, actually, is they're a lot closer when you do them first, and a lot further when you don't.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think going for the green guys first is likely the better way. Killing Pepsi, doing the egg mission.
I like this vehicle.
Not the most optimal vehicle. I mean, it looks like Killing Pepsi has sacrificed about 10 seconds here to go for a slightly slower vehicle. That is before he crashed a little bit there at the end.
I feel like that vehicle is a lot more tournament safe to see, though. Because that egg mission's really easy to have one mistake and you crash into a wall and then the eggs just breaks for good.
Completely agree. Yep. Yeah, so Killing Pepsi taking a lower variance strategy sacrificed a little bit of time for a more consistent strategy that he knew he could get first try without messing up.
Oh no! Killing Pepsi! He removed the bridge and it took his ground away.
I saw that. That was really unfortunate mistake from Killing Pepsi. Big moment here for DFLynxs as well, to make sure these jiggies do not fall out of his cart.
Oh yeah, especially in the water. Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Especially in the water. Looks like he is all okay though.
I don't know if you saw DFLynxs' water racing vehicle, but it was like this long tube of a boat. It looked really, really cool.
I did notice that. It was a little bit interesting. It looks like Killing Pepsi struggling a bit with this nut mission, but he just got it. It's all okay. And Killing Pepsi now exiting Nutty Acres 5 as DFLynxs is entering Nutty Acres 5. Now, Nutty Acres 5 takes about 5 minutes. And that is the entire difference in loading time across the entire run. But the thing is, we have not completed the entire run yet. We've only completed 55 minutes. So what that tells me is Killing Pepsi definitely has a little bit of a lead, probably by about 90 seconds.
It's crazy they're still like within that much time of each other. I don't know, this hover can be a little trolled too, so.
Yep. Both runners at big moments. DFLynxs doing Mr. Patch, which is a very difficult mission. You can mess up. Killing Pepsi doing a difficult hover. You can also easily mess up. But I would say it's Killing Pepsi's race to lose at this point. He definitely has an advantage.
Yes, definitely. And this is his time for a bathroom break. I love that, like, just in the middle of this run, you have this little break if you need to go, like, refill your water or grab something or use the bathroom really quick. This run is paced perfectly.
I don't think I've ever used the bathroom during this mini cutscene, but I have definitely refilled my water bottle. Hey, DFLynxs just has one more patch. Does he know where it is?
Come on, the knowledge is very important here, knowing where the patches are. Alright, doing some research, looking over Patch's body. Any patches?
Yep, looks like he's trying to find it.
I think it's on his belly. I'm not seeing it anywhere else. Or his nose. Probably his belly.
The one on his muzzle is really easy to forget about. Looks like he found it. There you go.
The bladder one.
Yep. Yeah, if DFLynxs had to restart that mission because he missed the trophy, that would have been huge. DFLynxs definitely cannot afford any big mistakes at this point.
Yo, Killing Pepsi in chat. That's actually really awesome. You used your break to tell me that. So, my problem on the laser grunty vehicle is probably where my banjo chair is. That's good to know. I wonder what Killing Pepsi's thoughts on the Pepsi Man are.
Yeah, I've noticed DFLynxs is using an entirely different set of vehicles.
Yeah. It's pretty fascinating, though, because despite that, like, DFLynxs is still clearing some of these missions. This one was a little bit trolled, though. With those wheels being so tall, I noticed it was a little hard to go over that hump there.
Yeah, completely agree. And also, what you were saying about, you know, he is maintaining pace for the most part with Killing Pepsi, despite some vehicles being way different. That just goes to show you the versatility of this game. I mean, this is a very creative game, and, you know, making the vehicles for the speed run and routing the speed run was not an easy task. So really great job to everyone in the Banjo speedrunning community for creating the vehicles and creating the route for this game, and also to DFLynxs for creating his own set of vehicles. I mean, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, I love the creativity. I probably will say it in every single match, but this game is so creative. Not many games, I feel like, let people use their creative brain this much. Like, even Trep, he was talking about that Freezeezy earlier in chat, and he had a message of like, well, if there is like an infinite distance to the Freezeezy, you could just make a vehicle and find consistent setups and shoot them from across the map on that fireball mission. And it's just like those little ideas like that. Like, this game would let you sit in Mumbo's motors for hours building vehicles to see if that would work or not.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, I don't know if you remember, about 45 minutes ago, I said, if you don't mess up, you're not going to run out of fuel except on one mission. This is the mission where it's possible to not mess up and you still run out of fuel.
Yeah, that is, I think, the longest race in the game, like, distance-wise. I might be wrong about that. But at least in the run.
That is done in any percent. Definitely not the longest race in the game, though. Yeah, there's a couple late game races that take about a minute and a half, even with a really fast vehicle. I would say both runners have had really solid runs so far. I don't think either runner has made like a really major mistake.
I agree. I haven't noticed like a devastating mistake. Just ones you expect, like missing rings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say those are like moderate or maybe even minor mistakes.
A couple
like
mission restarts.
Yeah, I would say a major mistake is something that like loses a minute or more. And I don't think we've seen that from either runner. I would say, too, like, most of the difference between these two runners, I think, has just been because DFLynxs' route has just been a little bit slower. I think if DFLynxs was running the same route as Killing Pepsi, they would be probably neck and neck with each other. Killing Pepsi doing the world's strongest bear mission. This is definitely one of the trickier missions in this game.
One of the missions for sure. I learned from you though, you can pick up that pink bowling ball with Kazooie's wrench, and that actually is immense for saving time.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what, I wonder if it's worth it? I don't think it is actually. No.
What are you wondering though?
Yeah, great question. I was wondering, so you can buy a strength upgrade from Boggy, and I was wondering, like, you're right next to Boggy right before you enter Gigosium. So I was wondering, maybe it's worth it to buy the strength upgrades, and that would save maybe 3 or 4 seconds.
So the only thing about that, oh, it looks like DFLynxs missed the crate hover. That is unfortunate. I feel you though, man. I've missed this in every run I do. So the thing about the strength upgrade that I
interesting
noticed.
setup. He might have started too far back there. I would be surprised if this is successful.
Oh yikes! Okay,
Yeah, he hit the top of the world there.
he still grabbed the bridge. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. At least he landed on the ramp.
Decided to go on foot. Yeah, this is definitely going to cost DFLynxs a little bit of time.
Do you have any tips on this hover to make it more consistent? Because I struggle with this hover a lot.
It's just practice. I think for the most part, I would definitely try to start at the end of the pier. Kind of near where the crate is. I think if you start at the back of the pier like DFLynxs just did, it's gonna make things a lot harder for you because you're probably gonna end up hitting the top of the world, and so it's gonna be a lot harder to stay stable.
Okay, that's good to know. This is at least one of the hovers you can practice consistently because the crates are always in the world. But what I was gonna say about the buying the strength upgrade, so I actually went into my casual file to practice an orb hover, the one at the end of the run to Terrarium. And when you have a strength upgrade, it actually changes that hover and it makes it super duper inconsistent because Banjo's just so strong and the ball is like so light. I don't know like what it does, but it messes up that hover. So if you're gonna like equate the time save of what buying that would do, you also might have to equate time lost to not doing the Globetrot hover at the end of the run.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, I don't think it's worth it anyway because even though Boggy is right there, right before you enter Gigosium, there's an unskippable dialogue box that appears when you buy the strength upgrade.
Oh yeah, sitting there would take a while.
So that's going to cost, yeah, that alone is going to cost like 5 or 6 seconds. And that's just the dialogue. That doesn't include, walking to Boggy and getting it. And so yeah, I mean, I think it would save maybe 5 or 6 seconds max. The only times I can imagine a strength upgrade would save time in the second half of the run are picking up that pink bowling ball in the World's Strongest Bear mission, and also picking up Grunty's glass eye in Log's mission. It might save, a second or two, making it faster to put in your cart. But yeah, there's just no other places in the run where a strength upgrade would save time. So yeah, definitely not worth it. Not to mention the thing that you mentioned.
How early do you get strength upgrade in 100%?
I actually don't know.
I need to watch a full Hundo run.
You were talking about loose change earlier, and the loose change route, I know you basically get it like right away, like as soon as you can, pretty much.
Oh no, DFLynxs barely hit the pole there. Oh, that's tragic.
Yeah, a little bit of a inaccuracy from DFLynxs there. You'll notice DFLynxs was entering Gigosium as killingpepsi was exiting Gigosium. Gigosium takes about 7 minutes to do. So killingpepsi definitely has a sizable lead, and I'll say it again. Definitely killingpepsi's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, killingpepsi is just playing very consistently. The only two noticeable things I've noticed from killingpepsi was the very start of the run in Showdown Town, trying to do like the warp glitch with the crate and the laser gate. Definitely took some time setting that up, and then having to reset the nut mission and kind of having some difficulty with that. But otherwise, very, very consistent.
Yeah, completely agree. I think killingpepsi has been doing a really solid run so far, and if you can keep it up for the last 25 minutes, then he is going to be moving on to round 2. If you want to switch the audio over to Killing Pepsi as well.
Oh yeah, Killing Pepsi's in the lead. Let me do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, new game audio. How much of the other Banjo games have you played?
Yeah, really good question. I did a casual playthrough of Banjo-Kazooie. I've never played Banjo-Tooie though.
Whoa! Oh, if you liked Kazooie, you would love Tooie.
Yeah, I liked this game more than I liked Banjo-Kazooie. But also, I think I played Banjo-Kazooie in like 2020, like 2018 or 2020, and I mostly only played it because I was like, I'm part of the Banjo speedrunning community, and like most people here have played it. Like I just felt like I had to play it, you know?
Yeah, but like that's super fair. Like this game is so different than actual like N64, or not even N64, but like Banjo-Kazooie. And like I don't know, this game, like that game is a linear path. Nothing's really different in that game. This game, you can customize it to be a completely different thing every time you play it.
Yeah, this game is like almost like more like GTA in that sense.
Yeah.
Like you can go wherever you want, whenever you want for the most part, do anything you want, build anything you want. So yeah, definitely like two very different genres of video games.
It really is like the GTA of the Banjo universe too. I think if more people saw it that way when it came out, it would have been received super well, but people were just like, oh, it has to be like a platformer, and I think just, I don't know, I think the negative feedback really hurt Rare's like desire to make another Banjo game. But this game is like amazing.
Yeah.
And there's just like, I think it was just the vocal few that like gave this game a bad like rap within the overall Banjo community, not the speedrunning community. And it's such a good game. I always think about that JonTron video. I don't know if you've seen it, the like super popular one. But I don't know. I think he misses the mark on that. I think this game's amazing. It's the GTA of Banjo with more creativity.
Yeah, and DFLynxs has one more Gigosium mission to do.
Gigosium 2. And then Logbox 6 is probably one of the longer acts in the any % route too.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. There's 4 missions you have to do.
Why do we skip Logbox 5? Are the missions in there just like really slow, or like log choice missions?
Yeah, great question. There's 2 missions in Logbox 5. One of them, they're actually both log choice, which is kind of interesting. We have 2 out of 2 missions be log's choice in kind of a late game act. But yeah, one of them is a Humba race that takes about a minute to do. And the other one is a bottles mission that also takes about a minute, maybe like 1 minute and 15 seconds to do.
Oh yeah, that's really slow then.
Yeah. So yep, there's no good missions in Logbox Act 5 to do for any %.
I assume the same is for Banjo Land 5 too, because we passed the door for Banjo Land 5.
Yeah. Let me think. I don't recall what missions are in Banjo-Land 5 off the top of my head. But let me think. Yeah, I don't recall off the top of my head what missions are in Banjo-Land 5.
It's my homework. I gotta see a hundo or at least a 131 Jiggy run so I can know.
Oh, actually, there is one thing about Banjo-Land Act 5 that I remember, which is if you go to Banjo-Land Act 5 and go by where the golf goal is, you know where that is?
Golf goal. I know, like the sheep golf where you have to.
The sheep golf.
Yeah.
Go by the sheep golf goal and you'll find bottles. And he's standing next to like some dripping water. And yeah, I mean, it's a little bit sus. If you go there, you'll see what I mean.
Oh, I'm curious. The rareware touch there.
Definitely a little bit of Conqueror-esque rareware touch. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm curious, but I'm gonna Google this, see if it comes up.
You definitely have to see. You might not even be able to find it on Google. You might have to find it in game. Maybe we can ask one of the runners to visit that spot after the race.
It would be pretty funny. I would love to see that.
Yep. All right, DFLynxs about to enter Nutty Acres Act 6.
Ooh.
Killing Pepsi. Now, at this point, if you fail the tree bounce, you can actually pop out of your vehicle, stand on that little ledge, and then call your vehicle. And I think that's the fastest way to get to Banjo-Land Act 6 if you miss tree bounce. But that was an interesting way. I mean,
yeah, that spring parkour was fun.
That was good spring parkour. There's definitely some good spring parkour.
So this mission is so funny to me too. So did they just leave the flag in for the camera mission on this boggy mission? Is that why you can just clear it in 8 seconds?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you can do this, but you can. And yeah, I don't know who discovered it either. But it wasn't someone in the speedrunning community who originally discovered it. A lot of the strategies that we use in speedruns actually come from in-game leaderboard. Like when the very first speedruns were being done for this game, one of the things that we would do is we would look at the replays for the in-game leaderboard times, and then we would just try to mimic them. Now, sometimes you couldn't always mimic them because sometimes they would use like really, really late game vehicle parts that you didn't have access to and weren't realistic to collect in an any percent run. So when that happened, you know, we had to get creative ourselves. But some of the strategies you could mimic, and that camera mission was one of them. It was like, oh, you can just go to this camera and finish the mission in 7 seconds. And if you go on the in-game leaderboards today, you can watch top replays finishing that mission, and that's exactly what they do. They just go to the camera and activate it, and boom.
That is so cool. I love that like a feature like that just like actually helped develop the speedrunning scene for this game. I feel like that doesn't happen in a lot of games. And a lot of speed games where there's like a leaderboard system that people actually like use to help develop the route. But I guess this game is like one of the exceptions. That's so cool to me.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of speedrun tech that it's just no one knows who found it first because it was just found by some random guy on the leaderboards one time, and then other people copied it, and the original finder, no one ever knows who it is.
Alright, I think if my memory serves me right. Killing Pepsi should be on their way to Terrarium, right?
Yep, that sounds correct to me. DFLynxs is just finishing up with Nutty Acres Act 6. So the difference between them right now is DFLynxs needs to complete all of Logbox 6 and all of Banjo-Land 6. And then he will be at the point where Killing Pepsi currently is. Now those Jiggies, are they gonna go in his cart?
Oh, that
They
worked.
did.
That top one looked like it wanted to fall, but it didn't.
Yeah, I was not sure that those Jiggies were going to go in the cart, but they did. Looks like Killing Pepsi also taking the Warp pad to Uptown, not going for the ultra fast hover. It's
I
definitely
respect
not a
it.
risk. Yep, definitely not a risk he needs to take right now, so completely respectable in this race format.
Yeah, like you said, it's his race to lose, so why risk it like that?
Yep, definitely.
I am curious if either of these runners are on PV pace right now. That's the one thing about race format is you can't see their splits.
Yeah, I don't think Killing Pepsi is on PB pace. I don't think it's going to be possible for Killing Pepsi to PB at this point. I think it is going to be possible for DFLynxs to PB at this point. If DFLynxs continues to play solidly, then he might actually PB here. Keep in mind, DFLynxs' PB is about 10 minutes slower than Killing Pepsi's PB. So, yep, DFLynxs is definitely the underdog in this race, but he's been holding his own. I mean, he's definitely behind right now, but he's not behind by a lot. He's only behind by maybe, 1 to 2 minutes at this point.
Ooh, barely made it up there. I respect Killing Pepsi going for the really, really fast strat at first.
Yeah. Killing Pepsi did try to go for the very, very fast strategy. I think he ended up falling back on the standard strategy.
That's like nice to do though. If your run's like not PB pace or you're just like really behind and you know how to do that, like just going for that once and just seeing if you get it, that could be like the 15-second diff that you need.
Absolutely, yep.
I really like Terrarium. I think Terrarium's really grown on me as one of my more favorite levels too.
Yeah. It's a really, really well-built world. It can be very confusing to navigate. But once you get familiar with it, then it's just awesome to play around in.
I think it's also probably just my favorite themed level. Like, I think Logbox is close because of how unique of an idea it is, but Terrarium of Terror is just like... I don't know, maybe I feel that way because when I was a kid, I saw this video on YouTube of someone clipping out of bounds on Terrarium of Terror, and that's just something I've always remembered of this game.
Yeah.
But the theming of this, both of these levels that they're in right now is just like some of my favorite in any Banjo game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it looks like Pepsi might have missed a few. Gonna have to do a little loop-de-loop here.
Yep.
Oh, this is a little rough.
It is a little bit rough, but he's definitely... can afford...
Okay,
a
there
little
we
bit
go.
of bonus here. I would say he's still ahead.
Oh no, the controller!
Killing Pepsi's controller died. Now, this actually isn't adding to his in-game time, so he's actually safe while he replaces his batteries.
Killing Pepsi 2 with the English in-game text, but the what looks like Chinese controller disconnected text.
That's pretty hilarious. DFLynxs struggling to collect these balls in this mission.
Can't even
Definitely
hold them.
something that can happen.
The maneuverability of driving while sucking in and also of just driving on a rotating game disc it's a combo made in the underworld.
Yeah. Yep. This mission is definitely one that you can get hung up on for a lot of different reasons. Including the one reason we're seeing right now, which is your vehicle getting in the way of building this game item. The only time in the entire game where you're actually forced to go into that vehicle builder in order to complete the mission.
What button do you press? So he like connects the dice to the cards and then he presses the button to target the other item on the ground. What button is that?
Yeah, it's left bumper.
Left bumper. Okay, that's good to know. I always just basically open that menu twice and you definitely lose a lot of time there.
Oh yeah, and if you're playing in English, there should be you that tells you what it is. It should say like pick up. But yeah, it's press left bumper. It will pick up an object off the ground in that vehicle editor.
Do you think on this mission here that DFLynxs is on, because you lose a lot of time from floating down here, I could almost see a vehicle you build where in that section you edit it to have a jet engine facing down, and then you would re-edit it and maybe just save like 2 seconds like that or something.
I have noticed the exact same thing. You spend a lot of time just waiting to float down in that mission, and I've actually experimented with exactly what you were saying.
Oh, really?
One of the problems is that if you edit a vehicle with a sticky ball, then the sticky ball retracts. So you would not be able to, if you were to use a strategy like that, you would not be able to do it with a sticky ball. Now that doesn't mean that your idea is not valid. Like, it's totally possible that there's some vehicle that doesn't have a sticky ball, like a container carrying vehicle.
Yeah, like a folding wing kind of container vehicle maybe.
Yeah, but so the folding wings would actually also deactivate when you edit your vehicle. But it's totally possible where like you edit a jet to face down or you edit propellers to face down. One of the biggest problems that I found though is that you actually have to like you float down for a while, but then you drive forward pretty much. And then you turn right and drive forward a little bit more. And so it's hard to, if you build a vehicle or edit a vehicle that accelerates downwards, then it's hard to make that same vehicle also, drive forward when you want to. So that was another one of the challenges. So those are the two biggest challenges in trying to do that idea, which you just suggested.
What if you made a folding propeller where the acceleration is going downwards, so you could turn off the downward function? I don't know. I'm throwing ideas in the ether here, but that's definitely, that's one I'm really curious. I feel like there has to be something that hasn't been cracked yet.
Yeah, and that could definitely be it. Looks like, okay, I almost thought for a second there that DFLynxs had hit the camera, which would have forced him to restart, but he did not. It looks like he is good to go. Looks like Killing Pepsi did have to restart there. I actually didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see either. It looked like a part broke off the vehicle, but it didn't look like an integral part. But I'm sure they know why they reset. But that's the last non-spiral mountain mission.
Yep, really interesting. Killing Pepsi. Finishing up the last Terrarium of Terror mission. Killing Pepsi about to enter Spiral Mountain. And keep in mind, once Killing Pepsi finishes his run, DFLynxs is going to have about 5 minutes to finish his run before the in-game time catches up.
Oh, this is not a good situation. The penguin is on his trolley while the cops aggro. Okay, he got out of there.
Looks like he recovered. Yep. So like I was saying, once Killing Pepsi finishes his run, DFLynxs is going to have about 5 more minutes to finish before the in-game time catches up. So the race is not going to be over as soon as Killing Pepsi finishes. DFLynxs will have a little bit of extra time, but as things currently stand, I think Killing Pepsi is still ahead. I think if both runners continue at the pace they're currently going, Killing Pepsi is going to win this race.
Yeah, Killing Pepsi has almost the entire terrarium, acts 1, 2, and 3 as a lead. So it would take a lot of grunty shenanigans for Killing Pepsi to throw this lead.
Yep, and that's definitely possible. I mean,
it is, yeah.
It's definitely possible to mess up Grunty once, twice, or 3 times or more, which is the very last mission.
And these Spiral Mountain missions too, resetting them is pretty costly because they're like multi-segment missions. So it's like with the Grunty one, typically you'd be resetting on the 5th phase, and on the 5th phase means you got to redo the first 4, and that's just compounds even more time.
Yep, absolutely. If you mess up the 5th phase of the Grunty fight, then that's a 1.5 minutes of time loss minimum.
Oh, DFLynxs is going for the hover here, and it looks like they're gonna get it clean.
Very, very prudent choice by DFLynxs right there. He realized he was behind, knew he had to take a little bit of an extra risk. I don't know if that is a strategy that he usually goes for. I think it is, but I can't say for certain. We'll have to ask him after the run. But yes, as you said, Killing Pepsi ahead by all 3 Terrarium acts, and a little bit of Spiral Mountain at this point as well.
Do you think there could be a consistent setup to throw the glass Grunty eye into the dumpster? I've seen the clip of it in the Discord, but if that was consistent, that would be so awesome.
That was an accident when that happened. But yeah, I don't know if there is a consistent set. I mean, I don't think there is. You would have to practice it a bunch, and it would be like a 2-second time save. So, like, there's a lot of better things to practice, I think.
That's fair. That's super fair. And it's at the end of the run, too, so if you do practice something like that, you better hope you're consistent at it.
Exactly. Luckily for Killing Pepsi, it's kind of hard to mess up any of the log missions. Like, you don't even need the trophy either, right? You can get the Jiggy and it's still okay for any percent.
Yeah, most of the worst thing you can do is just be slow at them. But actually, in the earlier race today, Trep had to reset here because he ran out of ammo on the laser mission.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that can happen.
That is definitely one thing that can happen. I think Killing Pepsi has put a little bit of additional ammo on his vehicle to prevent that from happening, which is a choice.
Respect. I did the same thing.
Yep. it's definitely runner's choice. You can put, another ammo or two on your vehicle to prevent the risk of running out of ammo on the laser portion of this mission. But if you do that, ammo is actually one of the heaviest vehicle parts that exist in this game. So you're going to be slowing down your vehicle for every single other part. I don't actually know how much time it costs you exactly, but it's definitely a trade-off.
That's fascinating. I just always assumed the ammo was light for some reason, but it actually makes a lot of sense now that you say that the ammo would be heavy.
Yeah.
Alright, we are in Terrarium 2 on DFLynxs' point of view. Terrarium is a level that, like, does fly by really fast, too, so... Yeah, any grunty shenanigans, like when you account for the in-game time, it could make the difference. It looks like Killing Pepsi has a clear shot at the goal, but... I don't know. I like that this game has a really clutch ending here, and you just never know with a tournament setting like this. And the pressure, like there's adrenaline in a tournament setting like this, so like that pressure could get to Killing Pepsi. You never know.
Absolutely. This is really the only other time you can like mess up badly in this log. And it looks like Killing Pepsi got through it no problem. If you're not careful, those grunt bots can actually kill you. You have to restart the entire mission. But Killing Pepsi got through it. DFLynxs actually had to restart this Klungo mission in Terrarium of Terror. Definitely not what he wants right now.
Yeah. The thing about this vehicle is it's very hard. If you don't stay airborne, it's very, very hard to control. So you want to stay airborne on this mission. But it looks like a good backup mission.
Yep. He did it good on his second attempt. Killing Pepsi now going to battle Grunty. And as you said a minute ago, this race is not over yet. If Killing Pepsi messes up Grunty once or twice, DFLynxs could still come back. Killing Pepsi has to just make sure to stay focused here. There's 5 sections to this battle.
Alright, section 1, good. I think the scariest ones, in my opinion, is section 2, which is this one, and section 5. But section 2 is pretty safe if you make sure you grab her by the sails. But it's difficult because you can grab the vehicle, but you really need Grunty to be underwater, or sometimes it won't trigger her as being defeated.
Yep, absolutely. I think for me, really the last phase is the only phase that has ever given me serious trouble. I've definitely messed up every single phase at some point, but the 5th phase definitely takes the cake. I messed that phase up way more than any of the other phases.
It looks like, though, it looks like Killing Pepsi has a vehicle with more ammo than what I would say the quote-unquote traditional vehicle is. So I guess that would make missing Grunty here a little bit safer. But let's see if Killing Pepsi gets the snipe here. Very clean, okay.
Good grab. This might be it.
And
Ooh,
she's underwater. This
is
nice.
Trouble. Oh, okay, good. That was just barely. Time for Killing Pepsi.
Oh yeah, I should pause the timer. Pause time. GG.
Yep. GG for Killing Pepsi. DFLynxs has about 5 minutes now to complete his run, but I don't think he's gonna make it in time at this point. I think 5 minutes is not enough time to do everything that he needs to do to complete the game. But we'll see.
I'm not thinking so either, but it is so close to endgame. I almost think we should let DFLynxs finish this run, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not be stopping if I were DFLynxs right now.
I am gonna drag Killing Pepsi back into our call, though.
All right.
Yo, GG's Killing Pepsi.
Welcome back, Killing Pepsi. GG.
Can only hope I did enough.
Yep. At this point, it's kind of out of your hands, but I would say I think you are good to go.
We'll see. I got the perma-load apparently.
You had a really consistent run, though. I feel like the only things I noticed that were like exceedingly slow was the Nutty Acres Mr. Fit mission, Nutty Acres 5, where you suck the nuts up, and then there was the start in Showdown Town when you were trying to do the laser warp with the crate on the other side, and you did take a while setting that up, but everything else was really, really consistent on your end.
Those dang crates kept jiggling around. I just wanted them to like be like decent, and they just kept like flopping around.
Yeah, they were going everywhere.
Outside of that best of 6, whatever it's called, I forget. Last Log's Choice mission, that one was pretty dookie, but like, you know, 132.40. Not bad, not bad.
Okay. That's what, 3-ish
All
minutes
right.
off your PB?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
Definitely
in a
not
no
bad at all.
reset setting. That's really good.
I will not complain about that.
Yep. And honestly, I think DFLynxs might be on PB pace here.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. So this is really, really exciting.
He could definitely PB if he keeps up how he's playing.
Yeah, 132 for me. Minus like 5 minutes for in-game time. I believe in the sub 140. I believe in them.
Yeah, this could be the sub 140. That's what's like really fun about a tournament too, is sometimes you might lose a match, but because of the ways the seeding works is like you could still be improving even if you're losing matches.
Yeah.
I really want to see this PB actually. Come on DFLynxs.
He's about to do his last non-spiral mountain mission.
Well, I didn't know the balls were just floating up there the whole time.
Oh, this cage is crazy huge. Oh my goodness. This mission always sketches me out. I always feel like my my vehicle could break here. I did notice, Killing Pepsi, you reset on this mission. What happened to you in this mission?
That's a great question. What? I'm trying to think what actually happened. I think... First of all, I think I pressed the wrong... I was blowing it for a second right away. That sucked. And then I moved up and then back down, and then like 5 vehicle parts broke off. I don't think actually the second blow fell off, but I think enough fell off to where some of the balls might have slipped through. I probably didn't need to reset, gotta be honest.
But it was like a safety protocol. Like you didn't want to risk something bad happening.
Yeah, it's like, at worst case, I lose like 8 seconds. Or like best case, I lose like 8 seconds. Worst case, I lose like 20 just wondering what's going on. Surely no.
Yep.
Good, no cars at the end. I always worry. Because although they never really are a problem on that on the way to the warp pad out of Uptown, sometimes they like to just decide to be aggressive. I think
You got stuck on that penguin though, and I was like, oh no, that cop could like ram into you and drop all your jiggies if you're not careful.
Yeah, they got wedged under my trolley, and I was like, alright. I just had to spring it and hope for the best.
Ooh. There were definitely a couple of close calls in both of your runs throughout the entire run.
Yeah.
But I feel like that always happens with this game. Like, if you do a full run of this game, there's going to be a close call somewhere.
Yeah, for real.
we saw DFLynxs using a little bit of that spring tech. If you spring your trolley in the correct way, you can actually get around Showdown Town a little bit faster than just driving normally.
Holding forward. I should do that more. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice, and it only saves a little bit of time, but it definitely saves time if you do it correctly.
It's funny, that's something this game has in common with Banjo-Kazooie, is when there's like a downward facing slope, and in that game when you jump in Talon Trot, you actually have more forward momentum, and this game's similar where if there's a downward facing slope and you hold forward and you spring jump, you get so much forward momentum. And like,
yeah,
despite you like the movement being completely different in both games, like that aspect of it's the same. Yo, TSR Stormed, thank you for raiding. I hope your runs today were good in whatever you were gaming.
Good gaming.
This is clutch. I'm really hoping they get a sub 140 here. Getting that in your first race in the tourney would be so sick. If I was them, that would give me like so much motivation in the losers bracket as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting a PB at any time feels awesome, but especially in a race, in a tournament, even if you lose the match, it still feels good.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, I know I played the best I've ever played, so there's nothing more I could have really done to change the outcome of this match.
Yeah, plus you like on PV pace, knowing that you're probably on PV pace, you still clutched it out, which is good because you end with like the I lost the race and I lost the PV chance. That's the worst.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be close, whether he PBs or not.
I'm gonna make a prediction actually. I don't know how this works, but we're gonna figure this out right now. Prediction. And I'm gonna start a prediction on will they PB.
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer too. Alright, we have 2 minutes. Wait, no, we have 1 minute of a prediction. Get your channel points in. Will DFLynxs PB this run? They have a 140. Here, let me get up the exact time.
Alright, I'm all in.
All in. I would vote, but I don't think I can with moderator right now. No inside man shenanigans here. DFLynxs has a 140.39 in game time. So I really think this is gonna be a 139. That's my prediction personally.
It's so hard to gauge with the console difference, but yeah, I think I'm gonna even say 138 just to be extra hopeful, I guess.
Really great dodges by DFLynxs, by the way.
Very easy to get hit there and just lose time.
Yep.
I've started just staying in my vehicle and letting them hit my vehicle and just taking a little bit of time lost there.
Yep, that's definitely a valid strategy.
What I do is I jump and I do a spin attack, but even sometimes they still like get through the side. The car is the way to go, honestly.
I just noticed the grunty eye respawns after you throw it in the dumpster. That's really funny. It's like in the spot that you like originally grabbed it from.
Yeah.
Alright, DFLynxs, we believe in you! Get this PB! see here. Beautiful, beautiful. Y'all both did a great job not ramming into the NPCs and losing a bunch of time this run.
I don't think that happened a single time on either runner.
There was one teleport somewhere, but it wasn't like from hitting them. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't that big of a time loss. This is an interesting vehicle. Sticky ball on the right side. I want to see how they do the broomstick setup.
Yep, once again, this was the any percent vehicle.
Wow.
Yep. So that's kind of been a theme that we've seen. DFLynxs just doing a bunch of strategies that no one else has really done since like 2021, I would say. Which is totally fine. I mean, it was a close race.
It's almost like more exciting than seeing everyone on the same route. Like, this is just such a good showcase of the history of this game.
Yeah.
Alright, come on.
I remember having so many issues when I first started running this game with like phases. Mostly with the broomstick one. The new vehicle really made everything better except for this one right here.
Yeah, the fourth phase actually got harder, switching from DFLynxs' vehicle to the vehicle we saw killingpepsi use. But the broomstick phase, this phase, got easier, a lot easier.
Oh no!
DFLynxs missing Grunty.
Come on, come on, come on. Okay, okay, this is big. Oh no, this is bad. There's no wings. Okay, wait, this is recoverable though. Hold up, hold up.
Still a dream.
Hold.
Still a dream.
Hold, hold, hold. Come on.
Oh my god, they can actually do this.
DFLynxs, please.
Oh.
No, go! Come on! Come on!
I think he has to restart at this point.
No.
I think it's not going to be possible to get Grunty low enough.
No!
You should be able to just throttle with that position of the ball.
I think Grunty is still too high, even driving back and forth.
Oh, in this water, especially, yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
plan
if
here?
you
I'm
miss that
curious.
initial approach on Grunty, it's really, really difficult to recover, almost impossible.
Oh, he's going manual
do it, do
strats
it.
though.
Going manual, this does work, but it takes a long time and is risky. It might even be worth it to just restart at this point. Grunty could shake loose and fly off, and that would cause a restart anyway. Or Grunty could kill Banjo, or the sticky ball could deactivate, and Grunty will just fly off. So a lot of things can go wrong. If none of them go wrong, he could do this though.
Come on, come on. She's wedged in a good spot right now. This is really working, I think.
She is wedged in a great spot.
For the PB, come on, come on, come on! Oh my god, this is the craziest ending. Come on.
That cauldron is going to turn to red.
Any second now.
He's turn to red. Soon.
Red, okay.
There we go. Just a couple more hits.
Come on, come on,
The regen on this thing
please!
is the highest of anything in the game. So it's like, you gotta go quick.
Yep, and we do not get
Holy
any
shit.
Banjo strength upgrades either, so it takes an incredibly long amount of time.
Oh no, knocked the laser. Oh my god, this is so crazy. What is this ending? Oh my god, that was insane. GG.
GG, that was an insane ending.
I'm gonna drag them back in. That was crazy. DFLynxs, that was such a crazy grunty fight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I haven't updated. Obviously, I haven't updated riding vehicles for a long time.
That is totally okay. Day was just saying it was like a great history of the show. A great showcase of the history of this game.
Yeah, it was really cool to see an old any percent route and see like your own spin on the vehicles. Like that was really a cool showcase.
Yeah, I think only about like 4 of the vehicles that I have are based on like either like other people's mainly. Otherwise, I've just been like back in the day. I looked at videos and just went up and copied based on what I could see. So, oop,
Yeah.
I was about to say it's a. Does anybody know Killing Pepsi? Do you know? Am I good to reset after Banjo opens the door?
Yeah, after
Yep.
like Grunty is about to get smacked with a wrench, you can see like a game saved in the top left. But then you're good to go. If you're past that point by a lot, then you're good.
Okay. I believe I am.
Unless
We're
it's
like
different Xbox.
really curious if you're PBing here or not because it looked like you were really, really close to PB there.
Yeah, I think based on my splits, it's decently close.
The hero ending might have been
140.39. Did either of you have any notes about your races? They were both like really consistent. I felt like through most of each of the runs. There was a few resets and missions here and there.
Yeah, a couple like overall good. I was like on pace and slightly ahead of my last run that I did, like the showcase, which is good. But
Oh,
Let's say-
141.
Oh.
I think you would have if that last grunty phase went well.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely plenty of other things that could have gone better too, but I definitely need to update the grunty vehicle for sure.
it's worth it. If nothing else, then that one is definitely worth it.
I'll say that that's probably the most entertaining grunty defeat we're gonna see through the entire tournament. I don't think it'll get much better than that.
Yeah.
That was
No.
awesome.
Okay.
This was really awesome. I don't have any more comments personally, but if anyone else wants to shout anything out or has any more comments or anything, I just want to say GG's to both of y'all, and I want to thank you, Ark, for coming on commentary today, because it's really, really nice to have the community like shedding a light on this game. It makes me very happy on the inside.
Yeah, me too. Good game, both runners. Killing Pepsi is going to be moving on to round 2. DFLynxs will be moving to the double elimination bracket. And we have 2 more races. We have 2 more races happening later this week. They're both on Friday. We have one race happening Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, between BupW and Costlier Aphid 18. We have the last round 1 race happening between myself, ArcG3, and Needle at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, this Friday, November 7th. So the last 2 round 1 races are happening this Friday, and I'm excited for both of them.
Yeah, week 1 of the tournament, and it's progressing already. It makes me really happy we got 2 races in one day. And if you like nuts and bolts or you like Banjo, you were eating well on Friday too, so make sure you're here for that, or at least pop in for a little bit and just spread some love.
All right, I am good to go. Does anyone else have anything?
I'm good. Good.
Thank you all very much for watching. Oh, sorry, Killing Pepsi.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna raid Thunderful. He's playing some BK, so give him some love on the world record grind for Bunky Hundo No FFM, which there's supposed to be a tournament for 100% No FFM starting in December. I don't know if that's still happening or not, but if that is, Thunderful's the guy to watch because he's going for a world record right now. And yeah, we will see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.